Good day, folks. Welcome to Just Omer, and I'm Omer Ahern Jr., and this is my periodic report in my capacity as the Grafton County, New Hampshire Commissioner from District 3, although I represent all of Grafton County. And I'm one of 3 commissioners, and I serve with 2 other commissioners. The chairperson of the Board of Commissioners is Wendy Piper from the town of Enfield, and her district is comprised of Hanover, Lebanon, and Enfield. We serve with the commissioner from District 2, Linda Lauer, a Navy veteran, and Commissioner Lauer serves the towns, again, District 2, which are the towns in northern Grafton County and on the western side of Grafton County along the Connecticut River, but the towns north of Hanover. And then I serve, or I'm elected from the towns here in District 3, which is Campton is the northernmost, and Warren, and then over to Canaan, down to Bristol, Alexandria, Ashland, and of course Holderness, Plymouth, Hebron, and you know the towns in between, Groton and Grafton, and so on. So I want to thank again the folks at PBTV, the new station manager here, Dan. I appreciate Dan continuing to allow me to put this program on, and Josh here, who's watching the control panel there so that I don't go too far off track. And today, I think we're going to use this time today to kind of do a end of the year wrap-up. The counties in New Hampshire, or at least Grafton County, is on a fiscal year. And our fiscal year runs from January 1st to the end of June. And so right now we're just getting ready to have the county delegation vote on the county budget for the upcoming fiscal year, again, which starts on July 1st. And as I've said before, the county delegation is made up of all of those state representatives that serve from Grafton County. So they're the ones that have the final say on the Grafton County budget. The commissioners put together a budget, working with the members of the elected officials, the sheriff, the register of deeds, the treasurer, county treasurer, and all the department heads at Grafton County. The superintendent of the House of Correction, Department of Corrections, the nursing home administrator, maintenance, and the farm manager. Those are the big departments at Grafton County. Also the county attorney's office and the sheriff's department. They come to the commissioners to help craft the budget. And for the second year in a row, the commissioners have presented a budget to the executive committee of the county delegation, a budget that actually will, again, for the second year in a row, see a decrease in the county tax rate. Not an increase, folks, not an increase, an actual decrease. And with some of the decisions that were made by the county delegation last week, there's been an even more of a decrease in the county tax rate. So right now, with the county budget as it presently stands, we're looking at a 1.63% decrease in the county tax rate for fiscal year 2023. Now, 2 days from now, on Friday of this week, the full county delegation will be meeting at 10 o'clock Friday morning up in North Haverhill. And the full delegation will be voting on a final budget. They will have a chance to look at the budget, discuss the budget, listen to what the executive committee of the county delegation has to say about it. But the county delegation as a whole, they can add more expenses to the budget, or they can reduce some of the spending in the budget. And they do have we have an unfunded fund balance, and not an unfunded, unassigned fund balance that has money in it that it's kind of suggested by our accountants to have a certain amount of money just in case. It's kind of an emergency reserve. So there's some money there. So keep your state representatives in mind. Elections have consequences, but hopefully the full county delegation will approve this budget as it is. They could cut a few more things in the spending department, the expenses, but right now, again, we're looking at a 1.63% reduction in the county tax rate. Now, that doesn't mean that your overall tax rate in the county for your community is going to go down, because the county has no control over what your town taxes will be, what your town budget is, what your school district or school taxes will be. And then again, the state of New Hampshire now also has an impact on your local taxes in your community. But the county, and this is one of the things that I have been working on every time I'm a county commissioner, is to reduce county spending and find other sources of revenue for the county, so that we as taxpayers can be paying less taxes on our property. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about what's where we are at the end of the fiscal year here in Grafton County. So at this point, because of the pandemic that we've been suffering through for the last 2+ years, and now the increase in inflation, the significant increase in the cost of fuel, heating fuel, oil, propane, that this is going to really have a very significant financial impact on Grafton County. However, one of the things that the county made a decision on a few years ago when I was serving on the Board of County Commissioners was to put in a biomass heating plant. So we have a biomass heating plant that's been in place since I think about 2012 or 2013, and that is heated with wood pellets, or wood chips, that most of those wood chips are produced here in Grafton County. And so it's local loggers, local landowners that are benefiting from the fact that the county buys wood chips in order to burn in our wood chip plant to heat most of our buildings at the county complex up in North Haverhill. The only building that is not heated by the wood chips is the Department of Corrections, and they're heated with the underground heating opportunities there. And then there's also a backup gas for the Department of Corrections. So these are the things that are kind of concerning as we try to put together this budget, anticipating what's going to be happening over the next year. And the fuel costs are something that we've tried to take into account, and we'll see what happens. Historically, when the counties were first set up back in the 1870s, again, by statute, by state law, the counties were set up with the responsibility of operating a nursing home for the elder residents in Grafton County. And there are 10 counties in New Hampshire, and every county in New Hampshire is set up the same way. We're required to have a nursing home, a Department of Corrections, House of Correction and jail, and then originally every county had a county farm with the purpose of feeding the folks in the nursing home, feeding the residents or the inmates in the Department of Corrections, and making sure that there was enough food and milk and all that was necessary, other than I don't think we make coffee here in Grafton County, New Hampshire. But, the food that we need to properly provide a good diet for our residents of the nursing home. However, that was the intent in setting things up in the 1870s. However, over the years, things have changed, and one of the favorite sayings that the cooks at the county home where I grew up in Unity, New Hampshire, would say to me, Omer, it's easier to open up a number 10 can of string beans with a can opener than it is to, get the beans out of the green beans out of the garden, snap them, put them into the freezer container and put them into the freezer and take them out during the wintertime. It's easier to open up that number 10 can of string beans. So a lot of the counties, because of convenience, and Grafton County is one of those counties that we're relying on now the outside food chains, food supplies, and that could cause us some significant issues too going forward. However, Grafton County still has an ongoing operating farm operation. We have a fantastic dairy herd. We sell our raw milk to the Agrimark people, and we derive an income to help keep the farm somewhat above water. And I think last year's, the fiscal year 2021, we made about $325,000 in income from the sale of our milk. So we have milk that's being produced right at the county home in North Haverhill. We also have vegetable fields where we grow potatoes, winter squash, and corn. Last year and this year we did not plant the vegetable fields, so we didn't have any on-site tomatoes, cucumbers, summer squash, winter squash, the green beans, beets, etc., that we could grow and feed into the residents at the nursing home. But should push come to shove, should things really go awry, we do have winter squash that will be stored at the county complex in North Haverhill. We will have potatoes. We also have pigs. We have chickens, and the chickens make eggs. So we do have an on-site food supply just in case things don't go well. We have a lot of resources. We're very fortunate for the resources that we have at Grafton County. So we try to make use of those resources, and that was one of the things that I tried to put forward over a year ago, about a year and a half ago now, with the Farm Doc, FARMDOC program that I presented to the other two commissioners. And unfortunately, the full range of things in Farm Doc that were presented, the other two commissioners were not interested in getting involved in that. However, that would certainly, Farm Doc, the purpose of Farm Doc was to pretty much make Grafton County operations self-sufficient again, like the original intent of the statute. Okay, there's a lot more things to talk about. A lot of opportunities up at Grafton County. Again, for heating resources, we've got the biomass plant. The commissioners have had some discussions about the slightly used nuclear fuel program, installing like what the United States naval ships have. Some of those ships have on-board nuclear reactors, small nuclear generators. And we could be looking into that, but that's kind of set on the back burner. But I really think we need to bring that forward again, because all the nuclear fuel that we need here within the state of New Hampshire for the next 200 years to provide electricity, which would provide heat, and of course electricity for your lights and your radios and your computers, could all be produced from right here in New Hampshire. There's a 250-year supply of unused nuclear fuel sitting down in Seabrook in southern New Hampshire. Again, we have the potential for 100% food security at Grafton County. But one of the issues that really hinders a lot of this, unfortunately, are the myriad panoply of rules and regulations that the state and federal government impose upon the counties to do a lot of these things. And those things end up costing you, the taxpayers, money. And we need to look into really reducing a lot of these unnecessary, burdensome rules and regulations. And some of those rules and regulations are one of the reasons why we no longer are able to fill all 135 beds in our nursing home. Right now, because of the rules and regulations from the federal and the state regulators, we feel we can only safely and properly, under the rules and regulations, fill 100 of those 135 beds at the Grafton County Nursing Home. On Tuesday of this week, January 21st, the county commissioners met at their regular meeting. The county commissioners in Grafton County, we meet at least once a week. And we meet with the department heads. We also meet with, not every month, but not every week, but at least once a month with all the department heads, with the elected officials, the sheriff, the register of deeds, the county attorney. And so when we met yesterday, the 21st of June, we had a report from Jim Oakes, the maintenance superintendent, and he gives us a very detailed report of the work that he and his maintenance staff provides at the county complex up there in North Haverhill. And we have a major building automation system throughout the facility. We have a 25-acre complex up there where the county courthouse is located, where the county nursing home is located, where the farm is located, and where the Department of Corrections is located. And there's just all kinds of mechanical and air conditioning and heating equipment there that needs to be constantly monitored and maintained by the Department of Corrections. And Jim Oakes and his staff there do a fantastic job. So he gives us a monthly report and talks about the maintenance that's done each, there on a regular basis. And we're looking at maybe trying to do things like providing our own domestic water supply on the county premises. The county owns about 750 to 800 acres of land up there in North Haverhill. And right now, the county for many, many years has been purchasing its electricity, its domestic water, and sewer services from Woodsville Water and Light. And we pay a lot of money to Woodsville Water and Light. And one of the things that I'm trying to work on is to have Grafton County itself provide its own domestic water supply, provide its own sewage services, and again, with the slightly used nuclear fuel program, is to provide its own on-site, in-house electricity to heat the facility, provide electricity for the lights and for the equipment, and just to do what needs to be done in this day and age. So we thank Jim Oakes and his team for the good work what they do. We are experiencing some challenges right now with regard to our IT, Information Technology Department, and so that's something that the commissioners are going to be looking into going forward. We also had a report recently in the last couple of weeks from our farm manager. Our farm manager is Grant Nelson, and he provided a report last week where he says the Grafton County Farm has a total of 86 cows, and currently there are 72 cows that are being milked on a twice daily basis, averaging 82 pounds per cow per day. And the milk components are 3.76% butterfat and 3.14% protein. 11,500 pounds of milk are being shipped every other day. And right now, the county is receiving $28.95 per hundredweight for that milk that we're selling to Agrimark. We do have some inmates from the Department of Corrections that work on the farm. Right now, because of the way the court system has its issues, normally we may have as many as 6 or 8 inmates from the Department of Corrections working on the farm, working in the dairy operation, working in the fields, the vegetable fields. But right now we only have 2 inmates that are available for farm to help out on the farm. Right now, primarily with the milking chores. Our pregnant sows have all farrowed now, and all of those little pigs that have been born have all been sold, and we've kept a few to maintain our pig population there. The silage corn for the cows, because we make our own silage up there for the cows, that silage corn was all planted over the days of May 10th through the 13th. The sweet corn was planted between May 16th and the 23rd. Pumpkins and squash were all planted on the 17th of May. And the potatoes, and I think we plant about 5 acres of potatoes, and I think we plant about 5 acres of winter squash. The potatoes were planted on or around the 18th of May. We did our first cutting of hay. Again, this is hay that's produced on the farm to feed our cows so that we don't have to buy hay in, and we don't have to buy silage corn in to feed our milk cows. So we try to do what we can to save money for you, the taxpayers. So that's a quick report there from the farm. One issue right now that's really plaguing the county complex is we don't have enough nursing staff. That's one of the reasons why we can't fill all 135 beds in our nursing home. So right now, we have current jobs that are posted. We're looking for 27.15 full-time equivalent licensed nursing assistants. We are looking for 16.95 full-time equivalents for RNs and licensed practical nurses. We are looking for an assistant director of nursing. We are looking for an RN to serve in the Department of Corrections. We have 13 full-time equivalent positions in the Department of Corrections for corrections officers. We have 4 full-time openings for housekeepers. We need 3 full-time dietary aides. We need a full-time dispatcher. We need a licensed maintenance assistant to do electrical work, and we need another skilled maintenance assistant in the maintenance department. So we're trying to figure out other ways of recruiting folks to work at the Grafton County operations in the nursing home, in the Department of Corrections, and in maintenance. And we have a very excellent retirement system, medical insurance. We've just done a wage study, and we have increased the basic wages for all the employees. And we're just trying to figure out other ways that we can entice people to come to work out there in North Haverhill. Yeah, North Haverhill is not in a active metropolis. It's out there kind of in agricultural land on the banks of the Connecticut River, but it's a beautiful, beautiful location. And we encourage people to go to the Grafton County website, to the Human Resource part of the county website and see what we've got for jobs up there. The Grafton County Nursing Home Administrator, Craig Labore, gave us a report on June 7th, and he tells us what our census is. Right now we have 47 residents who are Medicaid residents. We have 2 Veterans Administration residents, and we have 20 private pay residents for a total of 89 residents. Again, our plan is to have 100 people in those positions. However, when people come to the nursing home, it's usually toward the end of their lives, and we have people that pass away. So it's hard to maintain that full census. Our budgeted census is 3 Medicare residents, 89 Medicaid residents, and the daily rate for Medicaid residents, which is less than what the private pay is, right now is $212.62 a day. We usually have at least, we budget for at least 1 Veterans Administration resident, and we usually budget for private pay of 22 residents for a budgeted census of 114. That was for our fiscal year 2022, which is ending in a couple of days. One of the issues that is a constant issue at the county nursing home for the last 2 years plus is COVID testing and testing update. And we have had, other than 1 death in April of 2020 that was COVID related, we have had no other deaths, COVID related deaths in our nursing home since that time. Yes, we've had other people pass on for whatever conditions they had when they were admitted into the nursing home, but none of those have been COVID related. We are very meticulously tested for every one of the passings of any of our residents in the nursing home. We have had some COVID among some of our staffing there, and again, we've had no deaths from COVID at Grafton County over the last 2 years or so. So we have a fantastic nursing facility there, and we encourage you, if you have a loved one that needs to get into a nursing home setting, Grafton County is an ideal place and a safe place in my mind. And I grew up at a nursing home in Unity, New Hampshire. So I was afraid this was going to happen. I'm just about out of time. And we've just got so many things going on. There is a listing that has gone out. It should be right now in the hands of each one of your elected delegation members, which lists every municipality in Grafton County and what their decrease should be in their tax rate for each of the communities. Now again, some of the communities are going to be less than 1.63% decrease in their tax rate. Some of the towns are going to be higher than that. But for example, the town of Wentworth, where I'm from, they're looking at a 4.12% change or reduction in their taxes. The town of Rumney is looking at a 22.46% decrease. But again, that could all change on Friday morning. So there's a lot of things going on at the county. Elections are coming up. We really look to the elected delegation members for support in what we're trying to do at Grafton County. And I appreciate working with Commissioner Wendy Piper and Commissioner Linda Lauer. Commissioner Linda Lauer is retiring as county commissioner, so she's not running for re-election. And I just want to thank again the folks here at PBTV for allowing me to make these presentations. They're only periodic, they're not every week. And I just want to end with thank you for allowing me to give you these reports. And I do these reports so that this information can get out to the public and hopefully to the various select boards in District 3. Thank you very much. God bless the great Republic of the United States of America. God bless the state of New Hampshire, and thank you.